Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a great day. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I curl my hair. I get a ton of questions on this pretty much on a daily basis. What kind of products I'm using, what I use to curl my hair, all that kind of stuff. I feel like I've done this tutorial multiple times, but people always ask again and again, even though I link it and this piece needs to be recurled. It is being stubborn today. I'm mad that I chose today to film a hair tutorial because my hair is not behaving well. But yeah, it's just something that I get asked a lot about. I try to link it down below. I have changed a couple of things in how I tease my hair and stuff, so I figured I would go ahead and include that in this video. What else? I always ramble in my intros and I'm trying to get better about not doing that. Oh, one thing I did want to quickly mention, if you guys haven't checked out my favorite hair care products, or what did I title it? My favorite hair care products and my hair color video, I will go ahead and link that down below just because I give a ton of information in that video, from like shampoos, conditioners, styling products, the formula that I use to color my hair or that my friend used to color my hair, all of that, all of the details are in that video, so that will definitely be linked down below. Okay, so I think that's all I have to say, so let's go ahead and roll on into the video. I hope you guys enjoy. I've already gone through and applied some heat protectant, and now I'm going to go in and split my hair. The bottom I kind of do in one big set, and then the top is where I really start to part it. So for right now, I'm just kind of parting it in half, and then I'm just going to go and pull the sections to the front and brush out any other extra knots I have. The curling iron that I'm using today is the Babyliss Pro Tourmaline. I believe this is 1.5 inch. I'm almost positive I've done a tutorial with it before, but if not, I'm gonna go ahead and email Flatiron Experts and see if I could get you guys a new coupon code, because they had sent me that, I wanna say like last year. It's just a normal spring curling iron. So I'm just gonna go in and grab random sections. I'd say anywhere from 1.5 to 2 inch sections. So what I like to do is run my curling iron through my hair once just to warm it up, and then I go about halfway down, I bring it up to the root and kind of pull it upwards to over direct it and really get that volume at the root. I'll hold it for a couple seconds, and then I'll kind of lightly unclamp it and pull the rest of the hair through and then hold it up once again. Nothing fancy, seriously, just like probably how a majority of you guys use your curling irons. I think the big difference is that I'm just using a larger barrel. When I posted several videos, what was it? I feel like I did like a haul and my hair care routine. Tons of you guys were asking for a hair tutorial, and once you see, you're going to see it's seriously super basic. The most important thing in my opinion when using a large curling iron is to really go through and set those curls and let them cool before touching them. So you can just go in and use regular curling clamps like this. I have some smaller ones, and then I have these large ones too. So for the bottom sections, I'll mainly go in and use these smaller ones, and once I get to the top where I kind of roll bigger sections, then I will use these larger barrels. And I'd say for the most part, I do all these curls away from my face, and I just do some larger and some smaller. So as you can see, I'm grabbing a much larger section now. So I'm starting at halfway, rolling it up, and kind of pulling it up away from the root. So holding it for a couple seconds, and then loosening the clamp to re-roll it. Just the ends. I don't really like the ends to be too tight, because I feel like if the ends are looser and not all the way curled, it kind of saves some of the length in your hair. It doesn't make your hair look like one giant curl. So if you have shorter hair, that's always a good tip, just to kind of leave the ends out a little bit, leave them a little bit looser, just like you would with a normal kind of like clipless curling wand. So I'm just going to continue doing this same thing for this whole bottom section. And if you guys were wondering, I think I have mine set at 30. I'll have to double check for you guys here in a second. I believe the dial goes up to 40, and I'm pretty sure I have it on 30, just because I do have coarse and thick hair. If your hair is a lot finer than mine, then you could definitely like lower the heat setting. Yeah, mine is currently on 30. So right here, what I'll do is kind of roll it tighter with my finger all the way up to the base, grab a curling clamp, and then just stick it right in there so it can cool. You don't have to keep these precise in like a neat row. I just kind of clip them wherever, just to where they're tight at the base of my head. I always get a ton of questions on how I like save my curls throughout the night. All I do is tip my hair upside down, and I'll grab my hair like in a super high ponytail, like literally up here at the top of my head, and I just wrap it around itself into like a super high bun, but I don't make it tight. I probably wrap my headband around it like twice. So I'll gather it up here and then I'll just loop it around itself and put a little rubber band around it and then just go to sleep. I mean, unless you're like sleeping crazy at night and like sleepwalking and your head's bobbling, it should just stay in place. And then the next morning, all I'll do is just add a bit of dry shampoo and maybe go in with a teasing comb just to give it a little bit more volume. And that's really about it. Sometimes I'll have to touch up a couple of the pieces in the front, but usually I just leave it as is because I feel like it looks a lot better the next day. It just looks more relaxed and kind of like beachy boho. So now that I'm at this top section with this fabulous comb over, I don't really know how I'm gonna like get in frame to show you guys. Hopefully it's gonna be in frame. I'm gonna try to tilt my head downwards that way you guys can see. Not that I'm doing anything different. So all I do is just go in horizontal sections. So I'll just grab a section here, drag it all the way across, and I try to keep it, okay, since I always wear my hair in a middle part, I try to keep the horizontal sections to where they're crossing over that middle part so my hair doesn't fall like in a part all the way down the back, because that is one look that I cannot stand. I hate when you can see like an empty like split section of hair in the back of someone's head. It just bothers me. So I'm just gonna grab a vertical section. So here would be my part. So I'm gonna kind of overlap that, just pull it upwards like this. Okay, so I'm going to drag the curling iron through like once or twice just to warm up the hair. Then I'm bringing it forward, over directing it. That way we really get that volume. Instead of just rolling it straight down, I'm pulling it forward like this. Then same thing, kind of loosen the clamp and then curl the rest of the way back. And just hold it for a couple seconds. Okay, and then just drop it in a nice little tube like that, and then I'll push my thumb through to kind of tighten that curl, and then grab a large clamp and then just clip right through the guy like that. So you're just left with this little like tube of hair. Okay, now that I'm here in the very front, I'm going to go ahead and part my hair whichever way I'd like it to go, which mine I just like to wear down the middle. So I'm going to split it right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and split these sections into two. If I roll this into one big curl, I feel like it's too heavy and it comes forward rather than going back. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a curl. The entire process is super repetitive, but the outcome is nice. And the more you do it, the easier it is. I'd say everything from me brushing it out, curling it, and then styling it afterwards, like teasing it, is probably about 15 minutes. If your hair is shorter or thinner, it'll be even less time than that once you get a hang of it. But like I said, if you're not used to like curling and clamping, the first couple times it will take a little bit longer. So now I'll go ahead and let my hair cool entirely. If you have like 15 to 20 minutes, I would go ahead and let it do it for that long. If not, definitely at least 5 to 10 minutes, just because you really want everything to cool evenly. The sections down here are probably already done and I can let them down, but I just like to do it all at once. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let this cool, and I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. So just go through and do this gently. Try not to yank on them. Just pull them out. That way we're not like pulling hair out of our head. And I just like to start it from the bottom, and now we're here. Did that make you uncomfortable? I kind of hope so. Okay, so now that I am here, all I'm gonna do is first fluff it with my fingers. I'm not really breaking the curls apart yet. Just see right here, there was one hiding. Just fluffing it through and kind of lightly pulling through. Nothing too crazy and harsh. Just fluff, fluff, fluff. Now we're gonna go ahead and start teasing this beast. Today I just have a little random comb here. Normally I have an actual teasing brush, but I'm house sitting and I always tend to forget something, and of course that happened to be one of the things that I forgot. So I just like to start right here at the very top of the crown. Grab a section once again where it's overlapping the middle part. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to lightly back comb it down just about midway and drag it all the way downwards. And I'm going to kind of carve a C shape just to really get some volume in there. Okay, so I'll do that. And now this is my little trick. I'll get hairspray, nothing too hard and crunchy. I'm just using the Healthy Sexy Hair Soy Touchable. It's one of my favorites. And I'm just going to spray the section that I teased. I'm going to do that, pull it over the bottle, and just hold it for a second. Of course my battery would die right when I'm in the middle of my trick. Okay, I'm gonna grab another horizontal section just right under that first section. Do the same thing, kind of carve a C shape. What I mean by that is I'm grabbing it and kind of like going inwards like this, like the letter C. Okay, grabbing my hairspray and just concentrating the hairspray on the area that I just teased. And then now I'm gonna grab the bottle and I'm gonna put it right at the base and just pull the hair over like this. I'm not tugging on it, I'm just resting it right over that bottle, holding it for a second and sliding it out. And as you can see, it gives you that nice like bump, like some of you guys may have done with a bump it back in the day. Those things were awful. No offense if you used one. Okay, so I'm gonna grab another section. I'll probably do this one, and this will probably be my last one going back. And then same thing, I'm just gonna kind of keep doing this on all the sections where I really want volume. I feel like it would be weird to have like a ton of volume in one section and then leave the rest of your hair really flat. I don't know, maybe that's just me. So hold. I remember the first time I did this on someone else's head, they were just looking in the mirror and thinking like, oh my god, she's going like full on Snooki on me. But you'll see, this is how I pretty much always get my volume. Calm down. I know this is looking crazy, but I promise it ends up good in the end. Okay, so now that we are looking like a crazy mess, we're gonna go ahead and add some more craziness into the mix. I'm just going in with my powder play from Big Sexy Hair. If you guys are looking for a dupe, I show 1 or 2 in my must-have hair care products that I will go ahead and link down below. So I just rub this in between my hands and then I kind of get up under here and rub it just to mattify that hair. I feel like adding grit into your hair is really how you get that volume to stay. Okay, now I'm just going in with a brush. This is just my Tangle Teaser, and I'm lightly brushing over, lightly brushing over the top of this. You don't want to pull it down all the way to your scalp. You're really just wanting to smooth out that top layer. Okay, so once we have this, I'll kind of go underneath and flick I'm going in and I'm like flicking my fingers up like this, just to add some more oomph in there. Obviously you can skip that step if you're not into big hair, but we all know I love it. Okay, so now this is where I go in and I fix any pieces that I'm not too happy with. For whatever reason, my bangs on this side are always stubborn. It's so annoying. Like this side will always flow the way that I want it to, but this side always has a mind of its own. So I'm gonna fix this little section right here. Okay, so there you have it. This is how I curl my hair. Side note though, if you guys are wondering, in that video it looked a lot more voluminous. That's because it was second day hair. This is freshly washed hair, and I feel like on the first day my hair never looks as good as it does by the second or third day, just because by that time I'm adding more like dry shampoo into my hair. I'm just adding more like grit and texture in here to really give it that like oomph and volume that I like. So the first day always tends to be a little bit flatter. It's probably my least favorite, but then from then on I just feel like it gets better and more voluminous. I don't know, I just prefer more volume up top just because I got a big old peanut head. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know a lot of you guys have been requesting this, so hopefully this helps you guys out. Don't feel like you have to use any of these specific products. A lot of times when I post like getting ready videos or like tutorials or looks or anything like that, people are always like, oh, that's a little bit too much more money, or I can't find it. You guys can easily find a curling iron like this from Revlon. I honestly really like Conair curling irons. Those are probably the ones that I've used for the longest amount of time. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up this video. I am going to mention quickly my necklace just because I feel like I will get questions on it. It's actually worn too high right now. It's normally lower. I posted a picture of it on Instagram a while ago and a lot of you guys freaked out about it. I got it on Shop Lately. I'll go ahead and leave a link down below. It's from the seller Cobb and Penn. I had actually emailed the seller asking about it because a ton of you guys were telling me that it was out of stock and then I felt bad that I'd mentioned it. So yeah, it should be back in stock by now. And yeah, that completes this video. As always, thank you guys all so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and I will see you guys next time. Bye!